basic questions and important questions which I have selected for today for the explanation. And this you can see from the questions that let us take the first question, that if sine A minus B is given as sine A cos B minus cos A sin B and cos A minus B equal to cos A cos B plus sine A sin B, find the values of sine 15 and cos 15. Right, that we will do. So the value of cos 15 is what that we need to calculate, and the second part is sine 15, that is what. So these two values we will be calculating today, right, in the first question. And the formula which is already given into the question is that sine of A minus B, right, sine of A minus B is equal to sine A cos B, this is the first term, right, minus cos A sin B minus cos A sin B. That means if we have two triangles, okay, two triangles, let's say two right angle triangles where these trigonometrical ratios have been applied, right, let's say this is angle A and another one, this is angle B, right, then what values of A and B will be selected so that we will be having A minus B as 15. So just see this A minus B, okay. So A minus B should be 15. So that value of A and B to be selected, right. So let's say the value of A, the basic values of trigonometry which we are knowing is 0, 30, 45, 30 degree, 45 degree, 60 degree and 90 degree, isn't it? So what are the two values which will be selected so that we will be having the value of A minus B as 15, right? So if we will select 45 and 30 or 60 and 45, any of the pair, then we will get that value as 45, because you can see 45 degree minus 30 degree is 15 degree, and also 60 degree minus 45 degree is also 15 degree. So we can select any of these, either this or this, right. So the value of A and B could be 45 and 30 and could be 60 and 45. So this will be the value of A which can be selected, and this will be the value of B which can be selected, right. So I am selecting the first one, that A is equal to 45, right, and B equal to 30, right, 45 and 30. So just put up the value into the above formula. Then what we will get? We will get sine A minus B as sine of 45 degree minus, since B is 30, here you can see A and B. In place of B in the formula write 30, right. So what we will be getting? Sin A cos B, that means sine of A, and A is 45. Sine of 45 degree into cos of the B value, that is 30. Cos of 30, right? Minus cos A sin B minus cos of A, that means cos of 45 into sin B, so sine of 30, sine of 30. So this will be the value which will be having for sine 45 minus 30, which is equal to sine 15 degree, right? So this is equal to this much. Just put up the values now. What is the value of sine 45? At 45, the value of sine is, let's say, if the value of sine 45 is 1 by root 2. So few of these values you need to remember. For 0 degree, 30 degree, 45 degree, 60 degree and 90 degree, you need to remember the value of sine, cos, tan and the reverse of all that. That means cosine, sec and cot, right? So sine 45 is 1 by root 2. And what is the value of cos 30 degree? Cos 30 degree is root 3 by 2, right? So the sine 45 cos 30 will be like this, minus what is cos 45? Cos 45 is 1 by root 2, because sine 45 and cos 45 both are 1 by root 2, into the last term sine 30, it's 1 by 2, right? So this will give you, here you can see 2 root 2 into the denominator and 2 root 2 into the denominator. So it will be 2 root 2, which will be taken as LCM, and root 3 into 1 will be root 3 minus 1 into 1 is 1, right? So the value of sine 15 is now calculated, and the answer is sine 15 as root 3 minus 1 by 2 root 2. This is your answer, right? This is your answer, and we have solved this question, right? Root 3 minus 1 by 2 root 2. Now, similarly, we will be solving the value, we will be finding the value of cos 15 degree, right? So let us solve the second part. The second part is that cos of 15 degree need to be calculated, is what? And what is the formula which is given to us? That we can remember, but as it's given in the question, we will take that directly. That is cos of A minus B is equal to, cos of A minus B is equal to cos A cos B plus sin A sin B, equal to cos A cos B, right? Cos A cos B plus sin A sin B, right? So using this formula, we need to select the value of A and B similarly as we calculated for sin 15, right? So we will choose any of the pair of angles from the given 5 values, 0, 30, 45, 60 and 90. Since in the first question for calculation of sin 15 we have taken 30 and 45, now for calculation of cos 15 we will take the pair of 45 and 60, right? So that when we subtract 60 from 45, keeping the value of 60 as A and 45 as B, you will get A minus B as 60 minus 45 equal to 15 degree, right? This will be calculated, right? Now, for the calculation of cos A minus B, keeping A as 60 and B as 45, keeping A as 60 degree, right, and B as 45 degree, A minus B will be coming as 15 degree, this one, right? So, putting into the formula directly now, what will be coming? Cos of A minus B, that means 60 minus 45, right? That is equal to cos of 15 degree, that we need to calculate. And that cos of 15 degree, using the above formula cos A cos B plus sin A sin B, we can write cos of 60 degree into cos of 45 degree, that is cos A cos B A B, right? Here just putting up the values, plus sin A sin B, sin 60, this will be A, into sin B, that is sin 45 degree, right? This is B. Now just put up the value. What is the value of cos 60? Cos 60 degree is 1 by 2. Cos 60 degree is 1 by 2. And what is the value of cos 45? Cos 45 is 1 by root 2. So these values you need to remember. For all these 5 angles, you need to remember the values of A and B, right? That is for sine, cos, tan and cosec, sec and cot. So cos 60 will be 1 by 2 and cos 45 will be 1 by root 2 plus sin 60. What is the value of sin 60? Sin 60 is root 3 by 2 into sin 45. What is the value of sin 45? Sin 45 is 1 by root 2. So here also, as we have calculated for sin 15 degree, in the value of cos 15 you can see 1 by 2 root 2 is coming into the denominator. 1 by 2 root 2 plus root 3 into 1 will be root 3 by 2 root 2. Taking 2 root 2 as LCM, we are having 1 plus root 3 into the numerator. So this is the value of cos 15 degree which we have calculated now. This is the value of cos of 15 degree. So students, in this way we have solved this question, and the value of cos 15 is calculated as 1 plus root 3, or you can also write root 3 plus 1 by 2 root 2. This is your answer, right? So, and we have solved this question now. So what is the basic thing which we have taken? For the two right angle triangles where the angle of A here we have considered as 60 degree, right? And for the second right angle triangle where the angle of B which we have calculated as 45 degree, right? So in this way we have solved this question. We can see the answer now. Cos 15 degrees, whether 1 plus root 3 by 2 root 2, 1 plus root 3 or root 3 plus 1 by 2 root 2. Yeah. So this can also be written like this. This can also be written like this. Root 3 plus 1, 1 plus root 3 can be written as root 3 plus 1 by 2 root 2. Root 3 plus 1 by 2 root 2. This is the value of cos 15 degree, right? In this way we have solved this question. This is the value of cos 15 degree, right? So we have calculated cos 15, we have calculated sin 15 earlier. Now we will go to the next question now. That is also a question of trigonometry. That is the second question, right? Let us go to the second question. What is that? In this question, a right angle triangle ABC is given, right angled at C. Okay? Right angled at C. So let's say if this is the triangle, right angle triangle, and this is 90 degree right angle. So right angle at C. So if this is C, let's say this is A and let's say this is B, right? Now in this question is given that in a right angle ABC, right angle at C, if angle B is 60 degree, that means this angle is given as, angle B is given as 60 degree. Angle B is given as 60 degree. This is the second question of trigonometry which we have taken for today. Angle B is 60 degree and AB as 15. The length of A to B, that means this is given as 15 units. It can be centimeter, meter, whatever. Just forget about the units. It is 15. Okay. Then we need to find the remaining angles and sides. You know, students, in for remaining angles, remaining angles, what, and remaining sides, what, that we need to calculate, right? So in a trigonometry we know the ratio of the trigonometrical ratio of sine cosine, we will be using that. But before that, first find the remaining angle. So in a triangle there are three angles. Okay, so here for the remaining angles, what we will do, let us calculate the angles first. Angles of triangle ABC. So angle C is 90 degree. Now the third angle is left, that is angle A. You know that sum of all the angles of a triangle is 180 degree, right? So we don't, so I'm writing sum of angle A plus angle B plus angle C will be 180 degree, right? Here the value of B is known to you, that is 60. Just put up this value. Value of C is known to you, that is 90. Just put up this value. Value of C is known to you, that is 90. Just put up this value. And angle A will be acting as a variable, and you can see this is a linear equation in one variable. And in this way we are going to calculate the value of angle A. 60 plus 90 is 150. So 180 minus 150, this will give you 30 degree, right? So angle A is calculated as 30 degree, right? Angle A is calculated as 30 degree. Now this part is solved, the first part is solved. And what are the remaining sides? For calculating the remaining sides, we will be using one of the trigonometrical ratio to calculate BC, this one, and using another trigonometrical ratio to calculate the length of AC, this one, right? So what is the relation between this BC and AC? Sorry, AB. What is the relation between this? This will be cos, because this is will be acting as a base, right? Here you can see this 60 degree. If you are using the trigonometrical ratio of 60 degree, BC will be the base, right? So you will be taking cos of 60 degree. Cos of 60 degree, that means for this angle, this will be the base because this is 90. So cos 60 degree will be equal to BC by AB. BC by AB, right? So here for the remaining sides we are not knowing the value of BC and AC, which we are going to calculate. So cos of 60 degree, this ratio I know, and you should remember all these values for 0 degree, 30 degree, 45 degree, 60 degree and 90 degree. You should know the value of sine, cos, tan, cot and cosec and sec, right? So cos of 60 degree, this will be coming as what? Cos of 60 degree is 1 by 2. Just put up the value, and in place of BC we are not knowing it, just leave it as it is, right? And in place of AC, in place of BC by, not AC, it's AB because it will be hypotenuse. So BC by AB, AB. This will be acting as a hypotenuse and this will be acting as a base, right? So these are the two values. So here BC will be the base. We are not knowing the value of BC, and in place of AB, just put up the value of 15 as given into the question. So this will be 15. So in this way, the value of BC is calculated as 15 by 2, which will be coming as 7.5 units. 7.5 units, right? The value of BC is calculated as 7.5 units. So this is your answer for BC. And for calculating this will be calculated as 7.5 units. 7.5 units, right? Now to calculate this part AC, what we will be using? What is the relation between this if this will be the perpendicular and this will be the hypotenuse? Considering this angle, this relation will be given by sine. AC by AB is given by sine. So we will be using sine of the given angle of 60 degree. So sine of 60 degree is given as AC by AB, right? AC by AB. So here we are going to calculate the value of AC. So AC will be AB sin 60. AB sin 60. And what is the value of? So let us put up the value now. It will be AC by AB. And the value of AB is given to you as 15. You can see. So just put up the value of 15. Right? This will give you in the next line. Just put up the value of sin 60. Sin 60 is root 3 by 2. This will be equal to AC by 15, which will give you the value of AC as 15 by 2 into root 3. So this much unit is the value of 15. 15 by 2 root 3 is the answer for AC. This will be the value of AC, 15 by 2 root 3, right? So this part is calculated, that is 15 by 2 root 3, right? So students, in this way we have found the value of BC, value of AC. Both these units have been found, and we have solved the second part of this question, that is the remaining sides we have calculated. So students, I hope you liked today's session. So in this way we are closing today's session. For any query you can put up into the comment box, and I will come up with next live sessions with selected questions that we will discuss together. And Just like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye.